When you look back at any journey, it's the perfect time to realize all that has happened and where you've been. There is a peace in knowing that you've made friends along the way.
You can't get a better person.
Dr. Jack Ramsay began his journey in the right spot and at the right time. Born in Philadelphia a few years before this country was thrown into the Great Depression, the young Ramsay made the most of his athletic talents with hometown grit.
I was very fortunate to come to St. Joseph's College the first year of the Big Five.
After graduating from Upper Darby High School and then moving on to St. Joseph's, Ramsay returned to Hawk Hill in 1955 to begin a coaching career for the ages, and it began with a bang.
Fortunately, my St. Joe's team won the Big Five championship that first year. I had a one-year contract, and the fact that we won the city championship, the Big Five championship the first year, enabled me to get a prolonged stay at St. Joseph's. But that was a great time.
The wins and championships kept coming for Ramsay. 7 Big Five crowns and 10 postseason appearances, including a Final Four. But it was always the hometown crowd and the Palestra that excited him.
Like St. Joe's Villanova, St. Joe's Temple, those games were packed to the rafters.
If it was the game that excited him, it was his experience in World War II that humbled him. An accomplished swimmer and triathlete, he served his country as a Navy frogman and was on his way to battle when history changed all that.
And we started out on destroyers for the invasion of Japan. And on our way over, they dropped the atomic bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So they said, hold up, guys. We may not need you.
Turning those pages, his life turned back to the game. As head coach and then general manager of the 76ers, he won a world championship with one of the greatest players of all time, Wilt Chamberlain, and then got rid of him.
The media wasn't in the know about that. They didn't know that Wilt had forced our hand. And of course, Wilt never acknowledged that. But we had no choice. And I think in retrospect, and hindsight was always 20/20, I would have said, Wilt, we're not trading you. You're just going to have to stay here. We'll extend your contract. We'll give you what you want. And we were ready to do that. But he wanted to get to the West Coast.
Someone once said he was that typical winner that hated to lose, and typically, when he did lose, he wanted to be alone.
I wouldn't talk to anybody. If it were a home game and I was driving my wife home after the game, it was a drive in silence. And she would make efforts to get something going, and I just turned it away. But on the road, I would go out and walk the streets, and sometimes in sections of a city where I shouldn't have been walking.
But he won in '67, and a decade later turned the tables on his hometown team, winning the NBA championship in Portland, capping off a Hall of Fame career.
Winning that championship was the greatest experience that I've had in basketball.
When Dr. Jack Ramsay finally left the game, he didn't go too far away. Courtside, calling games on TV and radio, leaving his knowledge and legacy right where it should be.
He had a unique ability, I think. I think all the really top people, leaders, they have that. They're able to motivate and inspire.
How do you want people to remember when they think of Dr. Jack Ramsay?
I don't really care how people remember me. As long as I feel that I did the job to the best of my ability, that's enough for me.